Well, Scotty, the T-Rex is the most famous dinosaur fossil found in Saskatchewan. It's one of the most complete T-Rex skeletons ever discovered. But it's not the only one. Mick Favel has the details on a new species dug up near Lake Diefenbaker.
It's a glimpse into Saskatchewan's prehistoric past. Researchers from the University of McGill discovering fossil specimens of Centrosaurus in Saskatchewan for the first time.
And now with that finding, we definitely have proof that that specific dinosaur species ranged as far east as Saskatchewan. We used to know it very well from Alberta, but now we definitely know it was in Saskatchewan.
A close relative of the slightly more famous Triceratops, the Centrosaurus lived around 75 million years ago. The fossil was found in the Lake Diefenbaker bone bed, a hotspot for fossil discoveries, with more secrets of Saskatchewan's past hidden in the dirt and rock. The Royal Saskatchewan Museum is thrilled with the discovery, as it shows Saskatchewan's prehistoric inhabitants were more diverse than previously thought.
So this particular deposit formed about 75 million years ago, and at that time there was something called the Western Interior Seaway. It's sort of a shallow sea that ran all the way from the Gulf of Mexico up to the Arctic Ocean, and Saskatchewan would have been right on the coast of that. So this particular site allows us to look at what's going on right up against the edge of the ocean.
The Western Interior Seabed existed approximately 100 to 66 million years ago, and archaeologists say it's one of the factors behind recent discoveries in the province.
Over the last few decades, in particular, we're starting to find some very interesting fossils. But now it looks like, for the Cretaceous at least, there's a lot more to discover from Saskatchewan.
Although McGill conducted the research, the fossils will be returned to Saskatchewan to become part of the Saskatchewan Royal Museum's collection. Mick Favel, CTV News, Regina.